Yes, we are. We are in the home stretch. We've been broadcasting live every half hour of NADA 2025, right from the Expo Hall floor here in New Orleans. And
somehow you still have your voice.
Oh no, I'm holding on to it by a thread. But we only have a few more, and I couldn't let NADA 2025 go without bringing on my man, Gino Cipperoni. He's the Chief Revenue Officer at Dealer eProcess, and we've been going through the fire on this, haven't we? Just, getting ready for NADA, the 9 new products that we just launched last week. We do webinars together. Together we try and educate dealers on the kinds of technology that's out there that can help them solve their problems at the dealerships. So, Gino, thank you so much for joining me for a few minutes.
Of course, Aliana.
Yes, thank you. NADA, we all made it.
We made it one way, shape, or form. How many times has plane, trains, and automobiles been referenced this trip?
Oh my gosh, forever. We'll see. The recovery is going to be fine. The recovery is going to be fine. But now that NADA is coming to a close, we've had your opportunity to speak to a lot of dealers. What do you think? What are you hearing? What are they telling you?
I'm hearing a lot about, I'm not hearing a lot about, everyone's hearing a lot about AI, right? How is AI going to impact my dealership? Am I going to lose my job to AI? And it's like, well, first of all, no, don't worry about that. At least not right now. But AI is certainly something that I think a lot of dealers should be looking into because it can impact your in-dealership processes, your website experiences, your customers' website experiences. Everything has the potential to be impacted by AI, I think positively. And so that's what we were talking to dealers about is Sherpa AI, our new friend that, guides customers and dealers through the entire car buying journey, walks them through, step by step, proactively personalizes the website, does data interpretation for dealers, tells us how the leads are, or the customer's click path was when they fill out a lead, what have they been interested in, relays that information to salespeople, and 1,000 other things. So you mentioned the 9 new products, inventory summaries, marketing data and analytics, and it's too much to get into on one.
It is. You really got to see it because out of the 9, and I'm trying to go through it in my head. Out of the 9, how many of them are powered by AI?
6.
6 are powered by AI. So I love that we. I don't want to say waited, but we chose the way we wanted to use AI in our technology.
This is the way.
This is the way. Mandalorian. We chose it in a way that we felt would be most helpful because our goal here at Dealer eProcess, and this was actually told to us by a client, it's not something we came up with, but we're actually building tools, not just to help you sell cars, but to be operationally more efficient at your dealership. Can you talk a little bit more about that? The kinds of things like the vision that we had moving forward so that, yes, it is about selling cars, but it's more than that.
So the operational efficiency piece is a big one because AI can really be put to use there in a way that I don't think a lot of people are paying attention to.
Right.
Because AI is right now, I think when people think AI in automotive, they think AI chat, AI responses from my CRM. All of those are good and they can really do a lot of good things for customers. But how is AI helping you manage your data? That's a big thing. And so our AI in the back end will provide data analysis on each model that you're selling. How effectively is your paid search selling model A versus model B? Does maybe model C need an entirely different approach to the lineup? There's a lot of that data in there that helps you really understand how to change the pieces on the board as it pertains to each specific model to help move things much more.
Yeah, the data crunching part of the AI.
Sherpa's way better at data crunching than I am. So we let him do the heavy lifting.
I mean, you love data.
I do, and that's why I love AI is because it can take a lot of the manual work out of it and just get down to what is the story. Because I love data because data tells stories. I want to read the story. I don't want to have to write it myself.
Oh my gosh, me too. I get dizzy when I see all the numbers in the spreadsheets and I'm just narrow it down for me. Mm-hmm. Tell me what's the nugget I get out of it? 12,000 pieces of data points, maybe more. you know, and
then
that's just
tell
for one
me-
client.
But then tell me the steps I need to take to improve based on what that data tells you.
Right.
Because everyone can give you a report, like, big deal, what do I need to do with this information? That's where Sherpa takes the next step for us, is that based on what it understands about the data, it will tell you, do these 5 things and you'll get better.
Yeah.
And then it's rinse and repeat. And the great thing about it is it just gets smarter. You know, each time it does that, it learns again, and it just never stops learning. So, 6 months of running your data through Sherpa's going to be like, your Einstein at the dealership. You will never have to guess at what you need to do next.
Is that your favorite part of it?
That's one of my favorite parts.
It's one of your favorite parts. I mean, because I love the website personalization piece, the Sherpa AI. I think what we're doing here, it's not even close. We are the leader in website personalization. One-to-one, real-time website personalization without having to log in, create an account, or already exist in the DMS. We're doing things here that no one else is, and we're using AI to do it for us, which is fantastic. One of the things that I wanted you to talk about, though, one of the products, let's not call it a new product. Let's call it an improved product, is the Everest retailing.
Yeah.
I'm excited about it, but is that it's funny because I already had Joel on and I said, which one's your favorite? He didn't pick the Everest retailing.
That's surprising.
I think that you would.
I might, because at the end of the day, we are still trying to sell cars, and everything that we do is in what we've been talking about just now, which is Sherpa personalization. Everything is done to drive that customer to that purchase. But ultimately, when it comes to online, that purchase point that we want to get them to is the retailing system. Right? Because so many customers want to be able to take a certain portion of the buying process in their own hands online. It's become pretty clear now that the vast majority of customers do not want to fully purchase the car online, right? We've seen that through the data.
Yeah, but I think they want to get through certain steps that
they want to get maybe
like
80% of the way, right? Yeah. They want to know what their trade is, and then from there they want to know what their equity position is. They want to know what they can qualify for. They want to understand really what will my payment be, because they don't want to have to go through that process, which can be lengthy and time consuming in the dealership. That's always what customers have said they don't like most about the car buying process.
Right.
So by taking that online and putting it into a 2-minute process that truthfully with our new system, they fully control, which is the best part about the new
system.
system.
They can jump out?
They can jump in, jump out, start wherever they want, give their information at the
start. Leave, come back.
End, the middle. Yeah, it doesn't matter. And everything that they do up to that point always gets funneled into the system, so they never repeat steps. They never have to get asked the same question twice, which annoys me when I get, when I have to go through that type of a process. And so that's what I love about Everest retailing, is that it takes the website away from being a website into really a true e-commerce platform.
Right.
In a way that suits automotive, not like a shopping cart, because like we said, that's not really what people want, but it is taking you to that path to purchase, like I was mentioning.
So I take it back. I thought it would be Everest retailing. I take it back. I now know which one is your favorite. It's not one of the ones that but you love the digital ID.
I do.
You love I think that's your favorite part of our platform. Something that we're doing that no one else is doing. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to ask you to explain what a digital ID is, because you can't really know.
Yeah. No.
But it's funny because I actually heard it from some big tech guy. They were talking about AI and they said digital ID. I'm like, oh, digital ID. And so, but I want you to explain to everyone what a dealer process digital ID is, because it is pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's your profile. It's essentially that. So
you, one individual.
Yes, it's your profile. So Eliana, if Eliana visits your Everest website, Eliana receives instantly a digital ID. Everything Eliana does to that point and beyond.
Well, I don't receive it. I'm assigned one.
It's assigned. Yeah. Thank you. But everything, Eliana, that you do from that point on is logged in your ID. Could be actions taken on the website. Could be forms that you clicked on and didn't fill out. It could be vehicles you viewed. It could be tools that you engaged with. It can be anything. It can even be data from a CDP that gets sent into that ID as well. And so that ID tells Sherpa, the AI, who you are as a car buyer. So if you, which I know you, just recently bought a convertible.
I did.
If you are shopping for convertibles, we're certainly not going to show you specials on trucks.
Please don't show me specials on trucks. No. Do I look like a pickup truck girl?
But it goes way, way beyond that. But the digital ID is the source of all that. Now, here's what's interesting. You mentioned it a little bit not too long ago. The digital ID is created and runs without the consumer or the dealer having to do anything. It just happens. So customers don't have to create an account. They don't have to log in. They don't have to log back in when they come to the site. You know, roughly 1% of people will do that.
Only one.
Yeah.
Oh my
So
God.
if you're leaning on a customer created account to manage your personalization, it ain't gonna happen. It's just not. I'm sorry. So if we do it this way, which is based on a whole nother system of identifying that person and then applying their data to the system through the digital ID, we see that about 90% of consumers coming to the sites receive a personalized experience.
Yeah. And then that's what makes it so great, because when that person, or me, we were using me as the example, I leave the website, I do whatever, a week later, I come back to the same website, it picks up right where I left off.
Well, here's what's even better. And this is one of the new things we launched at NADA this year. There's been a hard problem that we've been trying to solve for a long time that we have solved and that's kind of plagued automotive and a lot of these types of sites in general, which is where if you do all of that activity we just mentioned on your desktop device and then you go to your mobile device, it starts over, right? Because the desktop and the mobile aren't connected by any sort of means. We have solved that problem without a login, without you having to do anything. And I'm going to use that as a little teaser. If you want to learn how to actively connect the profiles from a user's desktop and mobile device, which is game changing, then you need to come talk to us. All right. I'm not going to give you everything. You got to come see it, but it's been done. Mission accomplished. No login required still. So it's huge. It's a big game changer.
It really is. And I love to, during the purchase process, you're right. Not everyone's going to purchase a car 100% online. Most people won't. But with our Everest platform, none of the tools used to talk to each other. And now with the Everest platform, all the tools talk to each other. So they put in information in one tool. And then when they go to the other tool, it actually carries over.
Right.
Did I say that right? Or was that right, too simplistically?
No, I mean, you can simplify it more. If somebody fills in the trade-in tool on Tuesday and then goes to Everest Retailing on Sunday, that trade-in information is already in Everest Retailing before they even get there. So what did I say before about having to get asked the same question twice? Every other retailing system, if I fill out the standalone trade-in tool, they're still going to ask me, hey, what's your trade-in? Do you have your VIN number? Do you have your license plate number? What's the year, make, model? Tell me again what you'd already told me. If I do that in the showroom, if I have one salesperson ask me a question and then another one ask me the same question an hour later, and be like, I just told this other guy, what are you asking me twice for? Don't make my life more difficult.
But it's the same thing with the car shopping, which, by the way, that was amazing. But it's the same thing with the car shopping, because again, when I was shopping for a car, I kept going back to the same website, and I would go to this website and I had, to fill out all the 20 different things I wanted in the filters. And every time I had to refill it out every time. Well, and now they don't have.
They didn't have Sherpa.
I know.
Sherpa recognizes you, says, "Hey, welcome back. Here's where you left off. You want to go right there." It's a
whole new day.
I would say
we literally made a smarter website.
Yeah, it's kind of insulting to call it a website at this point.
Yeah, what would you call it?
I mean, I'm trying to think of a fun new name. It's Everest. It's Everest.
It is. It's
Everest, baby.
You got to see it to believe it. You won't believe how much better it is over here at Dealer eProcess. Not to mention, we got some pretty good customer service over here. 99% customer satisfaction rate. And our clients love us, and we are at the forefront of technology, all because of big brains like Gino's and the people who are smartly—
don't count yourself out there.
Smartly building us some fantastic technology. You got to see it to believe it. We'd love for you to see it. If you're here, stop by booth 2700. And if you're not here, that's okay. You can check us out at dealereprocess.com. Anything else we want to say to the masses before we head out?
Well, you mentioned service, and I do want to touch on that a little bit. Okay. And I want to put a challenge out there. Ooh. So if any of you dealers watching this have a dealer either in your market or just somebody you know that has a Dealer eProcess site, I challenge you, call them up. Don't even ask, hey, how does the website perform? How does it work? This, that, and there. Just ask, how is your service from Dealer eProcess? And I guarantee you will get nothing but glowing remarks. I'm going to put that challenge out there, and I'm so confident that any dealer they call of ours, they're going to get a good response.
I think they are too. I'd love to hear those responses. All right, audience, you heard it. Challenge thrown. Will challenge be accepted? We'll find out. All right. Next up, guess who we have next up?
Oof.
No, you don't know. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
I'll give you a hint. She has red hair. High up muckety muck.
I don't know what that means.
You don't know what a high up muckety muck is? A company that we like to do business with. Good friends with Sam.
I didn't think Sam had any. I didn't think Sam had any friends.
No, stop. Terrible.
Who's coming up?
Next up, we have Cassie Bramer from Car Wars. So you do not want to miss it. She'll be up in the top of the next hour. All right. So hopefully you'll come back and check us out again, broadcasting live from the Dealer eProcess booth 2700 at NADA 2025 in New Orleans. Gino, it's time to wave.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.